Hello and welcome to your daily news and information update. Today's topic, California's growing deficit. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger told the Los Angeles Times that his administration will deliver a slashed fiscal budget plan to the state's legislature. Facing a massive $24 billion budget deficit, California is quickly falling into an insurmountable pit of overspending. California voters recently rejected proposals which would have provided $5.8 billion in additional spending to the already ballooning budget. In response to this so-called message of the people, the governor's office has looked toward trimming its spending. This will focus on cutting inefficient and redundant programs, getting rid of wasteful spending, and hopefully not raising taxes. Unfortunately, the budget plight of California is repeated in many states around the country. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities lists 42 of 50 states which will be in deficit in 2009 for a total of over $106 billion. More than 1/4 of this total is California's alone. In 2010, the projection gets worse. 46 states project shortfalls of a staggering $133 billion. By 2011, only Montana, North Dakota, and Wyoming are expected to still be in the black. The problem in the states is a microcosm of the overall budget crisis in this country. The federal government is forced to back up state budgets, which consistently overspend. This dips into Treasury funds in order to cover state irresponsibility. At the same time, the federal government runs a deficit of its own, exacerbating the problem and increasing this country's dependence on foreign debt financing. Every state in the union needs to drastically cut its wasteful spending, and in some cases, they will need to make major cuts to programs. One simple solution would be to stop giving tax breaks and incentives to insourced overseas producers. These programs cost states tens or hundreds of millions of dollars annually and result in net outflows of money from the U.S. economy. For example, in exchange for a Honda assembly plant, which will provide perhaps 2,000 jobs, Ohio gave hundreds of millions in incentives, tax breaks, and outright cash infusions. After doing this, states may have to bite the bullet and realize that dropping taxes across the board was simply an unsustainable policy. During the post-war economic boom, top earners in this country paid income taxes in excess of 75%. Today, they pay just 36% and are largely able to avoid taxes altogether through creative tax loopholes. It would also be advisable for states which are major importers, particularly debt-ridden states like California and Florida, to institute tariffs on incoming goods. The Central Intelligence Agency, the California Legislative Analyst's Office, and the California Department of Finance have estimated that the state, if it were an independent nation, would have a top 10 world economy. Thus, any budget solutions which can be had in California will likely be applicable to the greater United States. It is absolutely imperative that a solution is found for this state. It is too important to the U.S. economy to be allowed to fall apart. On behalf of concerned citizens, I'm Craig Harrington. For more on this and other related topics, please tune in daily to economyincrisis.org.
What is to become of us? Why are we oblivious, spiraling down and out of control? Better start yelling out, America is selling out. Factories, industries, heart and soul.